Good day, sailors searching for a scoundrel sanctuary. I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with Final Fantasy IX. It's episode 35 of Final Fantasy IX. Thanks very much for joining me. Whether this is your first or 35th episode, thanks as always for tuning in. Last time we made it to Lindblum after the destruction of Alexandria, and now we're off in search for Kuja. Our first stop is the Black Mage Village, and we're heading off on that. We're on a boat! We're on a boat! Take a look at me, because I'm sailing on a boat. Yeah, I do this every time we go on a boat in the video game, but you know what? It doesn't get any... I was going to say, it probably gets old for other folk. For me, it doesn't really get old. Anyway, let's talk to Mr. Artenius. Mr. Artenius. Anyway, let's talk to him. The regent is waiting on board. Please use the ladder to board the ship. Oh, it's not one of those things where you talk to him and it just lets you go on board. Well, that's a shame. Hey, I was just gonna say, for first time, I've noticed, like, there's some really shitty art in here that they didn't HD up, like, all this, like, you can see where, like, the lantern on the top of the posts here for the pier are just kind of, like, they've got the bluish outline. They did not do a very good job. It's probably only, it probably blends in against the tealish of the water there, so you don't really notice it the rest of the time, but I guess this one time, for this one scene, it's not really worth their time and effort to, you know, clean up this pier or this dock in order to make it look good against the ship for the one time that you're going to end up using it. But anyway, let's go aboard the Blue Narcissus. I don't know, from the way Sid apparently gets around with the ladies, maybe we should call it the Blue Narcissus. That was a really way of... I was halfway between Narcissus from, like, you know, WWF, the Narcissist Lex Luger, and saying actually Narcissist. So the Blue Narcissus, that's what I'm looking for. Unless we want to be like the Blue Narcissus. Like Lex Luger in the WWF. Anyway, and I hope this thing can get us there. What took you so long? Uh-oh, Blank's on board. Yeah, I was asked to. Somebody's got to pilot the ship. The boss, of course, but it wasn't his idea. It was my... Uh-oh. See that above Quina's head? We need at least one person to look after Ribbit the ship when we get to our destination, Ribbit. You don't owe us anything. You might have to... No, what you owe us is to keep Quina from eating Sid. He's talking. Hey, Quina loves frogs, so you better watch out. Maybe I eat it. And I've had more enemies as Noveloff. Ribbit, have you had as dangerous enemies? If you ever want to change your party members talking to me, well, that's a little inefficient, but, you know, whatever. Where are we off to? Going to the Black Mage Village on the outer continent. Yes, we are. And press select. That back arrow is the select on the Steam controller. So, is it really select? I don't know, it's the back button. I always have it tagged to, like, the function of select, so. Alright, so we want Vivi on the team. And then who else do we want on the team? Probably... Let's get Freya and Quina as well on the team. Just because you look at where everyone else is, like Steiner's at 22, Garnet's at 19. But Vivi, well, for the Black Mage Village. But these two are a little lagging behind in level, so you kind of want to level them up, especially since I know what's coming up later on. So I'm a little concerned about having lowish level characters along for the ride for the next part. So I will explain that when we get there, and I think we will probably get there in this episode, but let's carry on. What sort of music do we have for the sailing the boat? I don't remember. I don't know, it's going to take a while to load. Oh, it's just the standard world map music. I thought we got special music for the boat. So here's our controls. Return to the deck is Y. That might be important. Reverse disembark. Camera control, line camera. Ah. There we go. Allons-y. Which way are we going? We can actually probably really go exploring now that we have a boat. If we really wanted to, we could go exploring. And we could go... like here, to whatever this cave is. No, we can't. Never mind. Unless that's one of those things where it's like light blue water, shallow water. I'm wondering if this might be a chocobo only thing. Anyway, let's we know roughly where we want to go. We want to go north. Because in the northeast there is where the the outer continent, where the Black Mage Village is. We could probably go anywhere because Final Fantasy IX on the PC does kind of like take your level into account when spawning random enemies, but I'm not sure I want to take that chance quite yet. Get murked before we even get on with the show. And of course, speaking of getting on with the show, you can check out more Final Fantasy IX anytime you want in the playlist. There's a card in the top right and a little I button in the circle. And of course, if that's not to your liking, you can always check out the playlist, which is in the description, which will be on screen at the end of the episode. It's an interesting little island. I don't remember it, but there's no way on it except I guess if you were to land an airship like right here on the tip of the island. I'm not sure if there's anything on here worth getting, though. Alright, let's carry on. That's the Ifa tree. If you look to your right, just as it's disappearing off screen. Let's see what other, there's gonna be a place to land around here somewhere. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. I think. No, that's the mountain path to, this is, Madain Sari here. So no, this isn't quite where we want to go. I'm gonna try and land in a little more inland. It's a matter of trying to remember. Oh, there's a Q's Marsh there. And here is... Oh, and there's Conde Petit over the canyon there. So I think this is a good place for us to disembark. Alright, we are in business. Shall we take the opportunity for a random battle? Of course we will. Why not? Alright, so I was saying, let's make a quick pit stop at the Q's Marsh here, which we apparently haven't visited yet. But a Q's Marsh is the same no matter where you go. Except for maybe the amount of frogs that you're going to have to eat. See, Mogster's here. Hi, Mogster. Okay, that's Moggy. I didn't get Mogster. See, here's Mogster. Where am I going? You can't become a great adventurer if you rely on others too much. Yeah, that's great. You can't rely on others too much, but rely on your world map, because that'll help you out. Well, thanks, Mogster. Gosh, bro, you sure know a lot. He knows. Now, this is the next of the frog-catching areas. We've already been to the one in the Mist Continent. We have not been to this one here. Of course, the trick is, as always... Oh, did we get the gold ones straight away? Yes, let's do it. Do it to it. Ah, okay. I thought we'd... Oh, Quina's too fat to get around there. That's a shame. Alright, that's the 15th one. And Master Quail has teleported over from the Mist Continent. What have we earned? This time we've gotten an elixir. Not swell, but you know what? It beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Let's move on with life. Not that we spent that much time picking up some more frogs. But you don't want to over-farm the frogs. I think I mentioned this the last time that we did the frog hunting minigame. Yeah, catching lots of frogs is great, but if you farm out an area, it takes longer for it to repopulate. So if we went back to the Q's Marsh in the Mist Continent, it would probably be pretty well full up, because we had left 2 or 3 frogs. Granted, it's been forever since we've been there, so it's probably topped up on frogs since we've last been there, but that's important if you want to keep going back, is to not completely drain it on frogs. It will replenish, but it will take some time. So, there's a random battle. Alright, on to the Black Mage Village. Let's go and find out what the hell is going on. Oh, we don't have to do the whole bit where we're going to go wander through the forest again. Meanwhile, everyone seems to have vanished. What has happened to the Black Mage Village? You used to be like a... I don't suppose you can sell items. I was hoping to kind of take advantage of the weapon shop here, but I guess we aren't going to be able to. You always want to make sure that you've got... Oh, the chocobo. Right, there was a chocobo over here, too. Oh, and a Moogle. Hello. It's Mogrio. Anybody get you any letter lately? No. That was worth asking. The chocobo place has been locked up. It's all gone horribly, horribly wrong. Near the Black Mage Village. At the very least, Black Mage Village does have one of the better soundtracks of the game. It's very much empty here. I'm wondering if following... I'm assuming Vivi's gone to the graveyard. Yes, he has. It's Mr. 288 saying they went away with Kuja. 2 other guys stayed behind. They're probably at the Chocobo Shack. Why? Why did they go with him? They learned about our lifespan. We can live only for a given amount of time. Kuja said he knew how to extend our lifespan, so everyone followed him. He's lying. I bet he's lying. He probably is. He's a villain, after all. Maybe we are just puppets created to serve humans. Come on, that's nonsense. Where did they go? I can't tell you that. I can't betray them. Then why didn't you go with them? You said the 2 other guys are in the Chocobo Shack, right? Oh, I guess we had to do this part first before we could go to the Chocobo Shack. 288 suddenly gotten very quiet. So it's off to the Chocobo Shack. It's very nice that they're... I guess no one's home. And Chocobo's home. It's born. What's born? Well, I guess I may as well go in. So they got a baby Chocobo. Aww. It's cute, your baby Chocobo. It's nice that they've learned hooray. I don't understand why you're here. We'll take care of the Chocobo, obviously. You're here to look after the Chocobo. And at first we were going to go with everyone, but someone had to stay behind to look after the Chocobo egg, so we stayed. We kept the egg nice and warm by putting a lot of hay over it. I can't wait to show him to everyone. They're going to be so happy. You assume they're going to make it back. You have to come up with a name. Hey, what's happening to me? I feel strange. Me too. Oh, are they crying? Aww. That's so sweet. Well, Mr. 288 has come for a visit. You stay behind because you were worried about the Chocobo egg? I'm guessing not. I wanted to follow Kuja because I was so scared of dying. But I couldn't. I felt like I was leaving something important behind. I want to ask you something. What is it? Am I going to stop pretty soon too? Yeah, probably. I mean, you've been going for a while now. Let's be honest. You just said the prototype built before us would last longer. But I am going to stop eventually. I was really confused when my grandpa died. He told me, Vivi, no need be sad. So I told myself I can't be sad. That's why I felt confused again when I heard that everyone was stopping around here. I didn't know what to do or what to feel. But when I saw Dagger crying when her mom died, I wasn't confused anymore. I was sad. If I were just a puppet, I would never have felt that way. Mr. 288, we aren't puppets. I know we aren't. I hate him. I hate Kuja. He's turning everyone into puppets just to kill people. If it weren't for him, I know everyone would understand someday. It's not fair. Kuja's secret palace is on the eastern side of this continent. It's buried under quicksand. You'll need a ship to get there. A ship we have. I hope he can become strong like you someday. I know I said before at some point in the past, and, you know, oh, it's poor Dagger. Like me, he's fighting so hard. I thought I would change after I met Zidane. You kinda have. Once I acceded to the throne, I knew I had to change. But nothing has changed. I'm so helpless. Wow. Dagger, were you listening too? That crybaby sure is coming along. Oh, that's mean. Dagger? Are you alright? Clearly not. Don't worry too much. Vivi has his own way of dealing with things, and you have yours. Come on, cheer up. We'll beat Kuja and you'll get your voice back in no time. Well, we still have like a disc and a half, a disc and 2/3 before we beat Kuja, so she better hope she ain't silenced for that long. The way I'm going, that may not be till like 2020, until she gets her voice back. Oh, Zidane's here. Something wrong? Yeah, Dagger's entire range of communication is limited to just shaking her head in an exaggerated manner. So Kuja's palace is buried under quicksand. Yeah, we're taking the ship to the eastern side of the continent to get there. And so we shall. Since nobody's here, there's no shops or anything, so we just have to carry on. As I was saying, I've mentioned it in an earlier episode, and because there's, 34 before this, I don't remember which one. I do remember several interruptions in my line of thought by random battles, though. As I was saying, this is really not so much Zidane's story when you get really right down to it. I mean, the game portrays him as the central character. But when you get right down to it, it's really not Zidane's story so much as it is Vivi's that we're telling. It's his growth. He's the character with all the character development. He's the character that really drives a lot of the emotion of the story. I mean, yeah, Zidane's gone from a womanizing thief who's found a purpose. You've got Freya. Has she really had any character development? Yeah, she's dealing with her missing lover, but has it really changed her at all? We're still learning Amaranth. We're still learning. We're still getting to know Aiko. So, I mean, there's lots of. I'm trying to think. Steiner. Has he really started to stand up for himself yet? I don't know. I wouldn't say so yet. I think that there is where we have to go. That looks vaguely familiar. If you were looking for quick... Yeah, puffs of sand coming up. Yep, that's definitely where we want to go. It's just a matter of getting there, right? You think... Has Garnet really grown that much? Yes and no. Crippling self-doubt for sure, but I'm not sure... Let's park the boat here. I'm not sure she's really grown that much as a character. Oh look! Chocobo tracks, we can get our friend Choco here. Not I think that there's a Chocobo village, or a Chocobo forest, rather, anywhere near here, but that's nice. I wonder what that is over there. Is that on the map? There's nothing on the map. There's something over there. Yeah, we'll come back to it eventually. Carry on with the story. And of course, immediately into random battle, because of course, immediately it's always random battles. But of the characters in the game, like the ones who are, showing signs of growth, Zidane and Vivi. So they're the ones that should be driving the story forward. And I mean, they are. But I still think, like, it's Vivi's story that should be the central one. But obviously, this great, this rivalry with Kuja, who's taking over the whole damn world, I guess. It's sort of Kuja's and Zidane's story. So the pieces that we've been able to get from active time events and various other cutouts. So, while I've been talking, I've been kind of studying this here. And that... The east and the west one have been puffing, the south one's been puffing. That north one I don't think's puffed any sand, which I think means something. If you wait for it, the south one, I'm going, there's the 4 in the diamond shape, right? And so I'm thinking the west one keeps puffing. Now they're doing it. There goes the east one. So I'm kind of sitting here waiting for, I swear the south one puffed at some point. So shall we, there goes the south one. I assume that means something, and there's a reason why the north one isn't doing anything, but do you want to just see... Actually, you know what? Let's get our friend the Moogle first. Muggle, and we'll save, in case I screw it all up. Alright, let's try this one. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I don't know if it's a random battle or if it's an actual battle. Let's see. Oh, I actually don't know. Have we met one of these things before? I know them from Final Fantasy X. Now, giant... Oh, landworm. I was going to say, isn't this the thing from frickin' Dune? I remember playing, I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm going to try 1,000 Needles on this bastard. I remember there's the... what's it called? Oh, Maelstrom. That's bad. See, I told you it was bad. I don't remember it being that bad in 10. That'll do 1,000 points of damage. See? But I was going to say, I remember in this Jedi Academy, that was it, Star Wars Jedi Academy, which was a fantastic game. I remember in Jedi Academy that the... there we go. Victory is mine. That there was like a level of the sort of like the dune worms that would chase you if you landed on the sand, and if you're on the sand too long, it would kill you. I hated that level. Always had to work in more points into force jump in order to make that work. We could try it. Oh, there. So that was just a random encounter with a dune worm. Now this is a random encounter. It's not a random encounter because I pushed the button and that triggered the battle, I think. Oh, it's an antlion. Yeah, we've dealt with one of you bastards before. Mind you, this was boss strength the last time. Boss strength the last time we dealt with it. But the nice thing is that we can... What? Oh, counter horn. Oh, well, that's just mean. So I guess we'll do that. Ah, oh, come on. Now that's a bad way to start. So, as we're all getting sandstormed, we're gonna lose Quina. Oh no. See, here's the problem when you don't bring a healer along. Is you get into some bullshit like this.
A few minutes later.
There we go. That was a little close call at times. Is it worth it for the experience? Probably not. Let's be honest. Alright, I think that's a good place for us to leave it. No, that's not a good place for us to leave it. We've got to do a random battle first. Alright, let's try that again. This time with the no random encounters thing on. I think that's a good place for us to leave it for this episode of Final Fantasy IX. But don't worry, we'll have more Final Fantasy IX, including a visit to Kuja's secret hideout in the next episode of Final Fantasy IX, but for that, you have to wait until the next episode. So until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Share on social media. Follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on Air. This is for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. Don't forget you can check out more Final Fantasy IX in the playlist. It's on the screen in the description down below. More videos to the right on YouTube.com and anywhere, anytime on the channel page. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.